Friends, welcome back! It's time for another Kingdom Death campaign. I'm excited. It's Big Deno Plays. We're playing some more Kingdom Death. We are going to dive into a People of the Lantern campaign, and we are going to utilise some of the pillars from the Gambler's Chest to see how they integrate with People of the Lantern, the stories and all that sort of stuff. They obviously work perfectly well with People of the Dreamkeeper, but a bit of fun to see how it goes with People of the Lantern. So we're on our 12th playthrough now, 12th or 13th, which means we will start the first story with a few benefits, which I'll talk through down the track. But let's move on to the first story, which is, as you can see over here. Once upon a time, there was a place of carved stone faces. A man with a lantern lay sleeping a dreamless sleep. That's fun. The man knew nothing. Ooh. One day, the man woke up. He rubbed the dried ink caked over his eyes and opened them. Around him, he saw other people stirring, and beyond, a horizon of unbroken darkness. A woman approached the man with the lantern. Her soft hand reached out to him. They had no words. They were a mystery to each other. Suddenly, a monster emerged from the darkness, its eyes wild with hunger. It attacked. The people were no match for the monster. It tore their flesh and crushed their bones between its teeth. Some it devoured whole. Overcome with terror and grief, the man with the lantern collapsed to the ground. Cold stone noses pushed into his side. There was no escape. But the man did not want to die. Desperately grasping at the cold stone faces, he felt a crack and tore at it with all his might. A piece of stone came free. It was sharp and deadly. Rah! The man with the lantern scrambled to his feet, his weapon clenched in his fist. He took a deep breath and roared into the darkness. Somewhere in the place of stone faces, nameless men and women stand together. They have nothing but a need to survive and a lantern to light their struggle. Whee! It's time for the first story. Welcome. If you've never played Kingdom Death before and you're watching this for the first time, this is probably not the best of campaigns to watch. There's a number of other EFG, a number of other ones I'd recommend over this. This one has quite a few additions to the game. Let's start by talking through this one. So this is a game over page. When you have triggered the game over section a certain number of times, you actually get these benefits. So I'm not quite at ocular parasites. I'm about three campaigns short to get ocular parasites, but we are absolutely at those before us, which means we increase our survival limit by 1, and we also gain a skull basic resource. So I'm going to grab out my basic resources wherever they are. Where are they actually? Where did I put my basic resources? There they are. When you gain this, a survivor of choice gains 1 insanity. So we will do that right now. We will give Big Whale an insanity for getting a skull. Good. Perfect. So let's talk through the campaigns, the campaign itself, and what we've added to this campaign. So the settlement, the expansions that we have incorporated. So we have the white lion, we have removed the screaming antelope. I'm going to replace it entirely with smog singers. We've also removed the phoenix. We're going to replace that entirely with a sunstalker. The butcher is required. The hand is required. We've removed the kingsman and we are replacing that with Slenderman. So there's Slenderman and the sunstalker. We are going to add an additional Node 3 monster, which is the Dragon King, purely because I'd like to fight him some more. And the Lonely Tree is also incorporated into this campaign. I've got all of my normal expansion bits added. We're also going to add the king at node 4. We have Ark Survivors encounters, so we may face the Bone Eaters, seed patterns, and characters. Now I've removed 2, which is Scouts and Wanderers. So I'll explain why. So the reason I have not incorporated Scouts is pretty straightforward. The last 2 campaigns I played, People of the Dreamkeeper, I found Scouts to be a wonderful, interesting addition that made the game significantly easier. They removed so much challenge from the game with the one negative of you may have a party wipe and lose everything in your settlement. It's been a very long time since I've had a TPK that I wasn't planning for. And so for me, the Scouts model just literally added benefits. And for me, part of what makes Kingdom Death amazing is when you're riding that very fine line between victory and death. So we remove Scouts so that we can really feel that pressure and that challenge. The dread of pulling a settlement event, we don't get to draw 2 and choose 1. The challenge of trying to level up, hunt XP without getting a free 5th person. No bonus resource from one of the Scout items. So that's the decision I've made. I'm pretty happy with it. I do want to include seed patterns, and I think that's a good thing. So, all right, friends, here you can see I have reset our layout a little bit. So we've got the hit location deck and the AI deck a little bit more visible. And we are good to go. So if we go over here, we've got a Survivor Corpse on the board, which also happens because of the Game Over ability. We start, as always, with the White Lion. Going to move into there. He's doing Claw. He's going to throw an attack at Wedgie. Rolls a 4 and a 5, and Wedgie is hit in the body and the boot. He'll take both of those. It's our turn. We will nip over to Lucy. She is going to roll on this Survivor Corpse. She rolls a 1, which is gain 1 insanity and archive this terrain. Glorious! Emma will go next. She's going to fling her Founding Stone, spend a survival, and gain a permanent strength by critting that and treasuring the moment forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the rear, Wedgie, fist and tooth all the way. Hits with a 5, with a 9. You strike the monster's throat. Can we crit on a 9? We can't crit, but we do a wound. Oh, there's an extra wound from the Founding Stone. The straining neck. Big whale moves into the rear. 2 5s is not enough. Emma's going to move to there. The monster draws size up a random threat in field of view. 1 to 5, it's Emma. It is Lucy on a 4+. Yes, the target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. So Lucy takes 1 brain damage. It's our turn again. Whaley's in the rear. Oh, actually, turns the face. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. We'll go Wedgie first. Fist and tooth, 2 hits. We'll do it in that order. So we're wounding on 6s and we're critting on 9s. That's a wound, but not a crit. And what did we roll there? Looks like a 2, so I'm not taking that. It's a crit! Oh, that's a great one to crit. Big whale into the rear, fist and tooth. Double 3s, misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll stay like that. Grasp, closest knockdown survivor in range, closest survivor in range. Wedgie. It's only one dice. They both hit anyway. Where does it hit? Hits Wedgie in the body. We will spend a survival to dodge on Wedgie. Because he grabs and runs away. We don't want that. Big whale. A 9 is a hit. There is a failure reaction. Oh, actually, what we need to do is roll a 1 or a 2. Yeah, that's fine. It's because of the beast temple. Can we crit on this? We can't, and we fail to wound. So failure is going to trigger anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poor Wedgie, knocked down in front of the white line. It's an unfortunate place to be. And he takes a wound on the hands. The white line goes. This will be the card, but if he rolls a 1 or a 2, no. Closest threat in facing in range, no. Closest threat in field of view. It is Big Whale. He moves over here to the Big Whale. He rolls a hit, and Whaley suffers 2 damage to his body and is knocked back 6. That also knocks him down. Emerald Lucy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The white lion, so we want to hopefully get Wedgie here. Claw, closest threat in facing, closest threat in field of view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Girls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone's standing up now. Fist and Tooth, 2 misses. We'll use Founding Stone here. 1 hit. There is a failure reaction, which would be bad. It's an 8, so it's not a failure. And that is it. We have a size up, a random threat. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is Wedgie. Wedgie is suffering 1 brain damage and is knocked down. It's our turn. Emma will move to here. Fist and Tooth is 1 hit. There is a failure reaction. She does have +1 strength, so it's 5s to wound. Don't know what that rolled. I'm going to go and have a look at what it rolled because I'm taking it because that misses. It's a 9. I'm taking a 9. We just punched his jaw off with our strong fists on a 5+. No, that would be much too much to ask for. Loose, Fist and Tooth, 1 hit. It's a critical. Gain a lion tail. Well, this has been fun. Lion tail. There is no reflex. All right, so the first thing we do, when the lion has its turn, on a 1 or a 2, we discard the card. We do not. There is no jaw. It's size up. So it's a random threat in field of view. So Big Whale is knocked down and suffers a brain damage. That's it. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's still knocked down. Emma will swing in the rear. Fist and Tooth, she misses. Loose will swing in the rear. Fist and Tooth, she misses. We have just repeated size ups now, so that's going to be on a 4+. It's Wedgie. Yes. Wedgie is going to roll a random brain trauma. Wedgie rolls a 5 on the brain trauma chart, which is Danger Seizure, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every adjacent survivor. He deals 1 damage to his own waist, gains 1d5 insanity, and he is A-OK. It's just going to be repeated size ups until we do a wound. Emma, Fist and Tooth, hits once on a 9. A debilitating blow to the soft belly. 5 to wound, 9 to crit. That is a crit on a 10. Gain a random white lion resource. Ballsack. Alright, now at this point you may be asking, why the hell are you doing this, Deno? Well, I don't really want the girls to get attacked, and I'd be happy to trigger my death principle, so we're going to try and kill Wedgie, I think. So that's it. We'll take that. Start of the monster's turn. It draws an AI card. Takes a wound. No? Great. So he's going to go basic action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's our turn. Stands up. Stands up. The girls will just move into the rear. His turn. Doesn't fall over. Doesn't suffer a wound. He'll go to there and he'll swing on Wedgie. 2 speed. 2 hits. Both to the body. 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 Severe injury on Wedgie. On the body. Rolls a 4. It's a gaping chest wound. So he gains a bleeding token. He was knocked down from that, unfortunately. So this guy will go to here, as far away as he can. These two will go to here. The basic action is closest survivor, so he's going to attack Wedgie again. He hits twice. Wedgie gets hit in the head and the hand. He's already knocked down. Wedgie can stay there. We'll all stay there. 1 hit and, oh, to the waist. I'll just see if I roll a 1, because any of these on a 1 is bad. No 1s, because it's from the wounds. So it's his turn again. Does he die? No. Does he hit Wedgie? Twice. Where does he hit Wedgie? Both in the body. 2 severe injury rolls. A 4, which is another gaping chest wound, and a 2, which is Wedgie is dead. We've triggered our story event principle death. Sorry, champion. The girls. Emma, swinging in the rear. Hits once. There is a failure reaction. She crits on a 9. She wounds on a 5. She crits. On a tear, on a rampage. He would have died every turn on a 1 anyway. Good, good, good. All right, so we got 2 resources from that. We lost Wedgie, and we'll go over here and deal ourselves out 4 more. So we get Curious Hand, Sinew, Catgut Bow, White Fur, White Fur. A lot of hide, a lot of hide. No. Random survivor gains an insanity from the Curious Hand. Top down, so Lucy gains an insanity. So we have our basic resources, question marks, monster organ, a love juice, a broken lantern. I don't think we got a single bone there. A single bone. We're lucky we've got a skull sitting in the thing, but that is a bad resource start. All right, we're going to start with first day, which is right here. So we're going to roll to see how many survivors we have. I rolled a 4, so that is 8 unnamed survivors plus our returning survivors. Now, I've already added 6, including some champions, including Bruno and Chet Manley. So we're going to add 2 more. We're going to add another male. His name's going to be Randy. I've been watching Archer recently, I'm sure you can tell. Love Randy. And then a female. Lana! Great. All right, so we have our settlement of 11 people, 8 unnamed survivors plus returning survivors, and we then nip over here to returning survivors. Great. So we nominate a survivor and they gain 1 courage and they step forth, and it's going to be Whaley. Here is his courage, here is his understanding, and we gain the language innovation. That allows us to create our innovation deck, which is here, and that is all good, so we'll mark it here, language done. As you can tell, I've done this a few times. Whaley also gains a understanding and must skip the next hunt, and we add the lantern horde to our thing. Excellent. So we also complete that story event, and we nip over here, and we're also going to do first meal, which is from our other book. And so first meal is about our collective cognition rewards. And here it is. So we gain 1 collective cognition, which entitles us to this card, Facets of Existence. We attain Tier 1 philosophies. So we are going to take Lanternism, Impermanism, Facism, and Survivalism. We don't get to use Dreamism because we don't have the God Hand and the Gambler. And so one of our survivors is going to randomly gain Survivalism. Done. Build the Tier 1 deck. Survivalism on top. We have our starting knowledge cards. Now the survivors, the nominated survivor gains a random knowledge from the deck. And so our nominated survivor will be Bruno. He gains a random knowledge from the knowledge deck. Unfortunately, it only has 4 starting knowledges. So he will gain darkness. Darkness. And we then move on to this section, which is where he gains 2 hunt XP, and he adopts survivalism. Yay! He gains tenacity. Yay! And then we'll see what he rolls on his survivalism roll. He rolls a 3. Let's have a look at what that is. Survivalism. Only you. He gains Desperate Strike. And that is under survivalism. So that is great. Everything's going exactly as we'd hoped. We triggered our death principle. And so we'll do that next. I'm not at all happy about our situation with our number of bones that we picked up. That is a very, very interesting challenge that we have ahead of us. Knowledge deck. Added to the knowledge deck, done. Okay, at least we're going to be able to build a rawhide set, I think. Let's add these to the settlements storage, shall we? Okay. Our basic resources is a lantern, a love juice, an organ, and a question marks. Lantern, love juice, organ, question marks. It's going to make it hard for us to innovate in this first year. If we want to innovate in this first year, do we try and raw dog it? It's an interesting choice. And then for our white lion, we have a testes, have a tail, have a fur, we have another fur, we have a sinew, we have a curious hand. All right, it's not too bad. Could have been worse. Let's trigger our death principle, shall we? We are going for Cannibalise. Really enjoyed Marrowism in my last playthrough, and Cannibalise is the only way to get that. So let us trigger Death. Cannibalise. We roll an 8. Nominate a survivor. That survivor gains 1 permanent speed. So, do we make Emma our Fist and Tooth Master and try for an extra swing every turn? I think we will. 1 speed, and that will be fun. Done. Okay, so we've done our first day, returning survivors, first meal. We've gained our collective cognition. We have 3 endeavours to spend. One of those endeavours will definitely be on the Skinnery. Now I think we should spend our love juice to have a baby. And I think we should look to, so if we innovate, we're going to go, this is a bone, this is an organ, and we've got a hide down there. We use a skull to make bone darts, I guess. It's not great, but that, then we use that. And then we've got a hide from the lion tail. So we get 3 hide, and we can make a monster grease or a luck charm. We'll make a luck charm. Luck charm. Or we don't innovate. We don't innovate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a tough call. I'd really like to innovate early and get ourselves some in a lantern maybe, so we can surge and bring character into play early. Not sure what to do here with innovating or not. The right play is probably not innovating, but I think we'll just use our love juice, and then if we take survival of the fittest, we can probably get by without fighting, without building weapons. So that's a lantern 10. That's exciting. A pair of healthy newborns. We don't get a prodigy though, which would have been nice. So 2 babies. And we will trigger our principal new life. So that's good. All right, so we'll make a female. Their name is Avis from the car rental company. Cindy and Cletus are your parents. What was the benefit for intimacy on this when you roll a 10? There's actually an 11 because we gain +1. It was if we have a grand feast. We do not. So it's just 2 newborns. Avis, and we trigger our new principal, and we'll make another male, Johnny. Great, so let's go and have a look at our principal new life. I think we have to take survival. I was contemplating taking Protect the Young in this one. I normally take Survival of the Fittest, love the rerolls, but I figure if we take Protect the Young, there's a couple of items in there that make it interesting. But at this point, we just don't have enough weapons, so a +1 strength is pretty impactful. So we'll raise the child without mercy. So yeah, let's see what we roll. We roll 6. The child is raised as a pure warrior, leaving compassion, fear behind. The newborn survivor gains +2 courage, the tough fighting art, and 1 random disorder. So 1-2 courage for Johnny, and his random disorder will be brain smog. Cool. not bad. And then our other one is Avis. She gets a random disorder of performance anxiety. She gains 2 courage. They both get tough, so we'll roll to see if we can... I don't think I want to worry about getting tough. No, we won't get tough. So Avis, she rolls a 2, so she just gains a Lumi. And Johnny rolls a 6, so he just gains a Lumi. And that's from Voltless. That is, I think, our best play. So we will choose Survival of the Fittest. We've chosen Cannibalise. We choose Survival of the Fittest. We don't have 5 innovations. Our population is only 13. Let's now innovate. So this is a organ, this is a bone, and then we have a number of hides down here. Curious hand, and this is an important flip. So inner lantern is what I want to see here. So ammonia we get for free. Come on, Dano. Paint's the other good option. So we'll take paint. Pictographed sculpture. Oh, paint. Would have liked to have seen Symposium. I actually really wanted to get character out early so we could start utilising cool characters. Sculpture. We do use the new sculpture, but that's okay. And pictograph. We do not use the new pictograph because we are not using scouts. At this point, friends, I think we are done. And we just need to make some gear. So the gear that we will make, so we've done our innovate. We'll build an organ grinder. Or bonesmith. I guess we'll build a bonesmith. How badly? I guess I'll take... I don't think I want to make bone darts that badly. I do want a bone sword though. So we're going to potentially have impermanists soon. I think we'll go a bonesmith. So let's craft from our bonesmith a bone blade. Craft. And then from our skinnery, we will craft a rawhide vest. We will craft a rawhide night pants, a rawhide headband. Yep. And a rawhide gloves. And that is all. That is all we're crafting. And that's it. All right, friends, interesting start. Interesting, challenging, yes, but we're set up. Let's see how we can go in the next Lantern year. I'll catch you all then. Big dinner out.